Welcome to AMI Day 8. I will be your host, Mr. Smith. Um, Morning, champions. It's day 8, and you're doing your AMI packet. So, here is what you're going to be working on today. You have the choice of doing the top problem or the bottom problem. Notice it says or. It doesn't mean you have to do both. Just choose one. All right, so on the first one, it says Gamers Paradise Video Game Showdown. You are hosting a game championship competition. First place receives a new Xbox that costs $499. Second place receives a Chromebook that costs $400. And third place receives a Nintendo Switch that costs $300. In order to provide these prizes, you must make it clear how you plan to get the money to buy the prizes. You will be writing an equivalent expression. One side of the equation will be the cost of the prizes, and the other side will be how you plan to get the money to pay for the prizes. So here's a very vague example that they've given you. Cost of first prize, second prize, plus the third prize equals how you plan to pay for the prizes. So I want to take one step back and I want to talk about this right here where it says equivalent expressions. Equivalent expressions. We've been talking about this all year. Equivalent means equal in value. It does not mean the same. So here are things that could be equivalent. A Nintendo Switch is equivalent to $299 because if I went to Walmart and bought one, I would have to pay $299. So that would kind of, in a real world sense, this would be equivalence of something that you own versus how much it costs. In math class, we talk about equivalence more like this though. 4 is equal to 2 plus 2 because if I add 2 plus 2, I'll get 4. Here's another way that 4 can be equivalent. 4 is equal to 4 times 1. Well, yeah, 4 times 1 is 4, so 4 equals 4. On this one, 4 equals 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. If I add all these ones up, I get 4, so that means these are equivalent. And then here's an algebraic equivalent expression, 2x equals 4. I bet you could guess what x equals, because this is just saying 2 times x equals 4. What would I have to multiply 2 times to get 4? 2. So 2 times 2 equals 4. All right, I'm going to go over the Gamers Paradise Video Game Showdown. Now, I have never heard of a competition or challenge that you have to not only win the prize, but pay for the prize after you get it. So I find this to be a little bit silly, but we'll go ahead and humor this because it's all in the fun of math, right? So for the cost of the first prize was $499 right here. The cost of the second prize was $400. And I'm getting that all from up here. So second place receives a Chromebook. Third place receives a Nintendo Switch. So third place will be $300. So in my example, I have set all these numbers added together equal to B plus 34M plus 5A. And I'm going to explain what M, B, and A represent. I'm saying that B is represented by $299, which is my savings. M represents 25 because every time that I make $25, it's because I mowed grass, or let's say mowed a lawn, so just one lawn. And then the last one was A equals 10. A is my weekly allowance. So I'm saying that my mom and dad have me to do chores around the house each week, and every week I make 10 bucks. So here's my equation. We're going to go ahead and take this back up here so we can apply it. B. B. Notice how I've put 299 here. I'm saying that I had 300 in my original example. So let me erase this real quick. And we'll fix that. Okay, so I had $299 in my savings, so I'm going to use all $299 towards the purchase of buying these video game consoles. Next, I have 34M. I'll tell you where the 34 comes from in just a moment. So the M is represented by 25 because every time I mow a lawn, I get $25. So that's where the M is represented by 25. And the A, like I said, with my weekly allowance, every time that I do all my chores, I get $10 for my weekly allowance. And so that's why I put a 10 in my parentheses next to 5, and I took out my variable. So what I'm basically saying here is my savings plus how many yards am I going to have to mow? Well, I'm saying that I have to mow 34 yards and I get $25 each time. So if you multiply these two things, if I multiply these, I get 34 times 25. So this is going to give me 850. Okay. And then over here, we know that 5 times 10 would just be 50. So all I'm adding here is 299 plus 850 plus 50. And I've already added this side up, and I'll show you my calculations. So I added 499 plus 400 plus 300. That's where I came up with the $1,199 because that's going to be the total price of all the consoles. And then here's my savings. I'm going to clear this out because I got to make sure my other side balances. $299 plus $850. And remember, I got 850 by multiplying 34 times 25. And then last but not least, I'm going to add $50 because I got my weekly allowance 5 times, 5 weeks, and got $10 each time. And that's where I got my 50. That leaves me with $1,199. So now these sides are equivalent. Notice they're not the same. They are not the same, but they are equivalent because they wind up equaling the same thing in the end. So that's an example of how you could do the first problem. The second problem, and remember, you only have to do one or the other. The second one is professional party planner. You are planning a party. Dream big. It could be a wedding, quinceañera, sweet 16, or a Friday night sleepover with friends. Your choice. You need to provide at least 10 algebraic expressions that describe a cost or quantity at your party. You will be writing algebraic expressions and evaluating each expression. Remember, algebraic means we have to use variables. So in both examples down here, I have used variables. It says you may go online to find items and their price, or may draw the items and make up a reasonable cost. I went online. I thought that would be easier and make it more realistic. I'm not having a quinceañera. I'm having a sleepover, and then I'm having a fun day at Defy. So here were my two examples for this problem. Whoops. Remember, you can make your own. It does not have to be a quinceañera. It doesn't even have to be a party. It could literally be. It could be something. Something like going to the movies. You come up with your own activity. You come up with your own activity. So I decided I was gonna do a sleepover, and for the sleepover, we're gonna order pizza because my friends and I like to order pizza. So one single topping pizza from Little Caesars is $5. I know this because I bought pizza from there before. You can look online as well. Also, you have to know how many people are going to be at your sleepover. So the number of the people at the sleepover is going to be 6. So there's 5. There's going to be 5 of my friends and me. So that's why I have 6. So I'm saying X equals 6. Each person is going to eat half a pizza. So here's my original expression. 5 times the quantity of X divided by 2. Now the reason I'm doing X divided by 2, remember, is because everyone's only going to eat half a pizza. We don't need a whole pizza for everybody because each person is only going to eat half a pizza. So now we can go down here and we can plug in our values for our variable. So we still have our 5 outside because each pizza costs $5. We're going to multiply that times 6 divided by 2, 6 being how many people are coming to the party, and we're dividing that by 2 because everybody's only gonna eat half a pizza. So after I do this, 6 divided by 2 gives us 3. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna help you out because I bet this will make this a little bit clearer. So 5 times 3, and then 5 times 3 is 15. So I'm going to need $15 to make sure I'm able to feed everybody that's coming to my sleepover. Last but not least, I decided as a second example, because if you go back up here and look, it wants you to make 10 algebraic expressions. 10. You're going to, since I have to make 10, I gave you 2 examples. This one, I actually went on to Defy's website, the trampoline park in Rogers. Unfortunately, because they're closed, they're not advertising any of their prices. So I just took the last price that I ever paid whenever I went to a trampoline park, which was $20 per person. This was at a trampoline park in Dallas, so we're going to just use that figure. All right, so we say that Defy is charging $20 for an all-day pass. And we have me and 3 friends. So that means there's 4 people. There's 3 friends plus me. So we're saying X equals 4 because this is going to represent how many people are going. Well, since the price of each pass is $20, we're going to have to multiply 20 times X. And since we know X is 4, now we're just going to say 20 times 4, which is 80. So we would need $80. So that would be your second expression. I created these quickly. They're not too hard. I will tell you this problem took me a little longer to do. I would say this problem here took me about 5 minutes to create an example of. I created these two both together in about 5 minutes. If you notice, and it may take you a little longer. I understand that I'm probably a little better at this, but that's okay. If you look up here, 10 algebraic expressions. You're gonna need to make 10 algebraic expressions. Um, this one over here, you're just doing this one time. So it's really up to you which one you want to do. Um, if you're having any problems with this, please let me know. Feel free to comment on the video, send me an email, give me some feedback. But in my opinion, this one here would be a little easier. You're just going to have to figure out how you can make $1,199 out of several different options. Do you have to do 3 variables? No, you could do 2. Could I do 5 variables? Yeah, you could have 5 variables. You could have savings, mow lawn, weekly allowance, um, raking leaves, and borrowed borrowed money from parents or something. There's a lot of different options. The whole purpose of this activity is to try to get you to create some equivalent expressions and also create some scenarios on your own. So you have a lot of freedom with this assignment. Just make sure that just make sure you choose one option. Please don't do both. Please don't do both unless you're just bored and you want to take a lot of extra time. I look forward to seeing your comments and your emails, and I will talk to you soon. I hope y'all have a good day. Bye.